At what age did you move out?
I was about 17 when I did.
And why?
Traditional middle class family. I was working 2 jobs back then. I used to work at a call center and I would trade the markets in the morning.
At 17?
Yeah.
Okay.
I figured out this way of fudging a birth certificate and getting a job at 17 instead of 18. And there's a call center in Bangalore called 24/7.
Okay.
Brilliant company. When I joined, they had a few hundred employees. When I quit, they had maybe 10,000 employees. This is like the BPO boom era in India, right? Early 2000. Yeah, so great fun. The office was far from where I work. Also, I wanted the freedom of not having to tell someone what you're doing all the time, which happens in a traditional household in one way or another. And I think those things in combination, the time I saved in travel and the independence, both of them nudged me towards moving out.
So were you making enough to that, like you got out, or was this after you decided that you want to move out and then you were like, okay, let's figure out something to make money?
No, I had the job, so I got a salary. It doesn't seem like a lot now, but back then it was reasonable. I still, the first salary I had at a call center, I think was like 8,500 rupees. I was a 17-year-old boy. If you're sharing a home with 3-4 people, you're still left with a few thousand rupees. And I'm talking about 17, 18 years ago today, right? It was not a bad life. I made a little bit of money trading on the side. But at the very beginning, trading was very much making money for a bit, consistently for 6 months, and then losing it all on one day and then starting all over again. And using the savings of your salary to kind of be your next pool of capital to start trading with.
Again.
So fun all around. I had fun at my evening job, which was, I used to do a UK shift.
Okay.
I would sell personal accidental health insurance for a company called Stonebridge in UK. So it was essentially calling old British people between 5 p.m. to like 1 a.m. in the night, reading a script and trying to sell them insurance. Both jobs I would say I had fun in.
But very important question, that how did you sell at the time of, like when you were selling the insurance?
I was quite good.
You're good. What did you do? Like, can you show us the little sneak peek of what you did?
Sure. So we were trained in mimicking the British accent.
Okay.
Like we had like 1 month, 2 months of training.
Can you do that now?
No, but the crazy thing is, immaterial of how much training who had, the minute someone picked up the phone, they would always know it's an Indian calling. Like, so we would just be in this middle ground where you don't sound Indian, you don't sound British, but you sound like this awkward person who's saying words in different manners. So if I were to play back those recordings, they would sound really stupid. Essentially, the script went, hi, my name is this. We always had a partner channel through which we would sell.
Okay.
We would be like, okay, you're a client of Barclays. We're offering you the Stonebridge insurance plan. Do you have any pre-existing medical condition? There were some things which would make the insurance void. We had to ask that. The biggest metric here was when we were selling, you had a 60-day free period during which you could cancel the insurance plan if you don't want it. So we hard sold that like mad. We were like, this is free. Why are you not buying it? In 60 days, if you don't like it, you don't have to continue with the product. But I think I was decent at sales. There wasn't much that I could do. At the end of the day, we are reading off a script. But the little bit that you could change and tweak and try to build a rapport with the client, I was fairly decent at.
17-year-old Nikhil started selling insurance. Yeah. What's the next step? What did you do next after you were at the call center, right? Yeah. What did you do next?
Nothing. Did it for a while.
Okay.
Company grew, got lucky and grew along with the company, even though I did nothing special. A few people, my manager and my supervisor and stuff like that, I started managing their monay as well.
Ooh, because side. You were making other trading. Yeah.
So they promoted me a few times. They made me a team leader, and I played many different roles in the company. At one point, we needed a lot of new people. So I was taking care of recruitment, and I would meet as many as 500 people in a day, and I had to hire 100 out of those 500 people, immaterial of how bad they were. So there have been examples, I'll tell you, like once I went to a Times job fair. I'm talking about like 16, 17 years ago. We put out an ad to recruit people. 1,000 people showed up, but 85% of the crowd could not, speak a word of English. And there were people who had applied to be a watchman, to be a nurse. They were all just sitting in one room. But we started recruitment at that scale, and that was quite intriguing. A good learning experience. You get to meet many different people every day. So I had fun with that to the extent that I could. Along the way, I used to trade. Trading became a bit more consistent when I was about 19 and a half years old. Got a bit of confidence, started managing money for third party, for friends and family essentially. I have a brother who used to trade as well, so we both kind of joined hands and started a company called Kamath Associates.
Okay.
When was this now? About 15 years ago.
Okay.
15 years ago.
Where did you learn trading?
17, around that age.
No, how did you learn it?
Basically, there was no formal learning. I started trading. I lost money sometimes. I made money sometimes. I'm still learning to a certain extent, and hopefully at some point in life, I really hope I will be at that point where I can sit down and say, I have learned trading. Hasn't happened yet. Every day, the markets teach you why nobody can predict what will happen. The minute you take things for granted in the stock markets, they fight back and they ruin everything. It's a constantly evolving industry to the extent that every day is different from the next, and you just have to learn to change. So started Kamath Associates, managed money. We were sub-brokers to some brokers out there, Way to Wealth, Reliance Money, stuff like that. Did that for a couple of years. We were paying too much in commission, as much as 0.25%, 0.5%. So we decided to start a broking firm of our own to save cost.
Okay.
We started with that flat fee model, like
Okay.
$20. Everybody back then was charging 0.5%, 1%. Here we were saying, give us $20, buy shares worth 1 crore, 10 crore, whatever. We'll only charge you $20. Customers who were used to a traditional broker back then really appreciated that. They started coming on board. Fintech, anything fintech, money management at the end of the day is a business of credibility. And it takes a certain amount of time to become credible. So the first, I think, couple of years until we got a few tens of thousands of clients, selling was harder. We had a good team who did a great job, and then things in one way or another, once we got credible, have scaled organically.